twice. I saw Sharon. It's me again.
We're happy to see you. Good evening and welcome to the meeting of the Skokie Village Board for Tuesday, October 22nd, 2019. This evening we will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Cub Scout Pack 970. Gentlemen?
Audience, please rise. Color guard, attention. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, post colors. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard dismissed.
Thank you. Great job as always. The meeting will come to order and our clerk will please call the roll.
Trustee Roberts is absent today. Trustee Sutker.
Here.
Trustee Albert.
Here.
Trustee Bromberg.
Here.
Trustee Klein.
Here.
Trustee Greg Keeler.
Here.
Mayor Van Duzen.
Here we have a quorum. First item for the board's approval is our consent agenda this evening. A motion to approve the consent agenda would be in order. Trustee Ulrich, seconded by Trustee Sutker. Is there anything on the consent agenda anybody would like to have taken off? If not, call the roll, please.
Trustee Sutker.
Aye.
Trustee Albert.
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg.
Aye.
Trustee Klein.
Aye.
Trustee Greg Keeler.
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen.
Aye, the motion passes. The next subject is a proclamation regarding the Skokie Valley Rotary and its efforts to eradicate worldwide polio. And I would like to take a moment to read some excerpts from the proclamation. And we're particularly proud of the Skokie Valley Rotary. Whereas Rotary is a global network of 1.2 million neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers who unite and take action to create lasting change in communities across the globe. Future Rotarian. Somebody sign he or she up. Whereas Rotary in 1985 launched Polio Plus, and in 1988 helped establish the Global Polio Eradication Initiative, which today includes the World Health Organization, U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, UNICEF, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, to immunize the children of the world against polio. Whereas polio cases had dropped by 99.9%, since 1988, and the world stands on the threshold of eradicating this disease. Rotary has contributed more than $1.9 billion to protect more than $2.5 billion in 122 countries. Whereas Rotary is working to raise an additional $50 million per year, which would be leveraged to maximize the impact by an additional $100 million annually from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. In addition, Rotary has played a major role in decisions by donor governments to contribute more than $8 billion to the effort. And whereas the Skokie Valley Rotary Club is celebrating its 80th anniversary on November 16th, 2019, having been chartered on November 16th, 1939. And this one is especially significant for us here this evening, whereas two members, Neil King, whose father, and John Haben, whose grandfather, were both charter members when it was called Rotary Club of Niles Center. Both Neil and John remain members today. And John, would you stand just to be recognized for a second? I don't think there isn't anybody who doesn't know John and Molly Haben, and thank you for everything you've done for Rotary and also in your other endeavors for the community. Now, therefore, I, George Van Dusen, Mayor of the Village of Skokie, do hereby proclaim October 24th, 2019 as World Polio Day and celebrate the 80th anniversary of the Skokie Valley Rotary Club. And it gives me very special pleasure to present this to the current president of the Skokie Valley Rotary, Ralph Klein.
Thank you all. Thank you, John, for being here. Dave, thank you for being here. Rotary is an organization, as you heard, whose motto is service before self. So Rotary in Skokie is a very fitting organization. And last year there was only 89 worldwide cases of polio. We are this close to eradicating it. So if somebody asks you to donate, please do. The Gates Foundation is now giving $2 to $1 as we raise it. So thank you for this honor. I do appreciate it. I will give it to our members and to our higher ups. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ralph. And thank you, John and Molly. Next item on the agenda, likewise, is a celebration. The vice chair of the village's Board of Fire and Police Commissioners will swear in 4 new firefighters. Ralph Rabinowitz. Burl Rabinowitz, excuse me. I always say Ralph. Burl, I apologize. And also Jeff Hofleck, our chief of fire, and our police chief, Tony Scarpelli, are with us this evening. Burl?
I want to congratulate the Rotary. That was a very good year.
Thank you so much.
My birthday year. Good evening, Mayor Van Dusen, trustees, Police Chief Scarpelli, Fire Chief Hofleck, and to all of you who are here on this very special evening. It's hard to believe at this time in our lives that we live in a world of confusion and tragedy. Every day, the news media and social media report stories that make us feel uneasy and, yes, scared. It is our first responders who must step up into this maze of trouble. We are proud of our firefighters, our police force, who are trained not only to respond to problems, but to promote and keep the peace. They deserve our gratitude and respect as they perform their duties, all of you there. Tonight we are here to swear in our newest firefighters, so I will call them one at a time. Benjamin Katz. Raise your right hand. State after me. State your name.
Benjamin Katz.
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
Do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
and the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
and the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
and the rules and regulations of the Fire Department,
and the rules and regulations of the Fire Department,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of a firefighter to the best of my ability.
of a firefighter to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Benjamin, would you come back to the podium? We have a tradition in the village of asking our new hires if they would introduce their family and friends who are here this evening.
Sure. Today I have my dad, Erwin, my sister, Nicole, and my girlfriend, Alex.
Welcome.
Welcome. Kenneth Tezak. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, in your name,
I, Kenneth Tezak,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Fire Department
of the Fire Department
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of a firefighter to the best of my ability.
of a firefighter to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kenneth, you can't get away. Would you introduce your family and friends?
My wife is standing in the back there. This is my stepdaughter Soleil, my son River, my daughter Lizzie, my mom Ellen, and my dad Dickie.
Welcome.
Matthew Fernender. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, in your name,
I, Matthew Fernandez,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Fire Department
of the Fire Department
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of a firefighter to the best of my ability.
of a firefighter to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Stay there.
Good.
I'm here with my sister Colleen, my dad Tim, my grandma Mary, my girlfriend Jen, and my mom Eileen.
Welcome.
Last but not least, Kevin Day. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, state your name,
I, Kevin Day,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
the ordinance of the Village of Skokie,
the ordinance of the Village of Skokie,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Fire Department
of the Fire Department
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of a firefighter to the best of my ability.
of a firefighter to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Guess what, Kevin?
I have my dad Brian, my mom Phyllis, my wife Ann Christine, my mother-in-law Mary Angela, and my father-in-law Brent.
Welcome. Well, welcome aboard. You are joining one of the country's best departments. The public service is incomparable. You look across the country, we are one of the very few municipalities that can say that we have a police department, a fire department, and a public works department that are all nationally accredited. And that's a credit to our community because we all support our first responders. Every 3 years, we have a study done by an outside source that specializes in reviewing what municipalities are doing, how, and compares and ranks them, and asks the residents of those municipalities, what do you think? What do you think they should be doing differently, maybe doing more, not doing as much as they're doing? And aside from traffic tickets, most people say that our police and fire departments are the best. In fact, every time we've done the study, and we've been doing it for about 20 years now, our police and our fire department all rank in the 90th percentile. That's remarkable. And when they do their grading, comparing us with other comparable municipalities, we always rank number 1 or number 2 in all the categories of first responders. That has got to do with the men and women, the leadership of our police department, our fire department, our public works department. We're very proud of this record. And I think you can see the camaraderie that has come about in our fire department by the turnout this evening. We're proud, as Burl said in his introductory remarks, of where we stand. We can rest assured every night when we go to sleep that we are safe and secure in our homes, in our businesses, and across all of our streets. So I want to introduce you. Thank you very much for the service you're about to embark on. And of course, I want to thank the men and women of the department today. Chief, great job. Burl, great job on the part of the Board of Fire and Police Commission. Our chiefs in our commission put in hours and hours selecting our hires. And it's a difficult job because we're fortunate. It's a very competitive process, but we wind up with the very best. So congratulations, welcome aboard. We look forward to having you back here at Village Hall and thereabouts for all kinds of ceremonies, promotions, and just simply get together. So congratulations to you, to your family, and to your friends. Let's take a short 5-minute break to congratulate our new recruits. So we'll take a 5-minute break.
the interior of the building. The exterior improvements will include repair and replacement of existing awnings, painting, new channel letter sign, an LED message center, and stucco and drive-it repair. Planned improvements to the interior include new flooring, painting, woodwork, seating, lighting, tables, and countertops. Estimates for the exterior work total approximately $245,000, and of that amount, $20,000 is deemed eligible for reimbursement. Interior renovation costs are anticipated to be $143,000, of which $20,000 is deemed eligible for reimbursement, along with the maximum architectural fees of $3,000. The total village grant will not exceed $43,000, and I understand that the investment has greatly exceeded these estimates that we had earlier on for this project. Final inspections and submittal of all required documentation will occur before the reimbursement. Mayor and board approval for a grant not to exceed $43,000 is respectfully requested for Sweet Basil Cafe located at 5203 Old Orchard Road.
A motion on the recommendation of our village manager for the Commercial Corridor Storefront Enhancement Program for 5203 Old Orchard Road is in order. Trustee Bromberg, Trustee Gray Keeler, second. Are there any comments or any questions? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Sutker?
Aye.
Trustee Ulrich?
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg?
Aye.
Trustee Klein?
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler?
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen?
Aye, the motion passes.
Item B and C were approved under tonight's consent agenda. Item D is regarding a request for executive session. Pursuant to Section 2, Paragraph C6 and C11 of the State of Illinois Open Meetings Act, a closed session is requested and to adjourn therefrom.
A motion on the executive session request is in order. Trustee Sucker, seconded by Trustee Klein. A motion is on the table. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Sutker?
Aye.
Trustee Ulrich?
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg?
Aye.
Trustee Klein?
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler?
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen?
I noticed some hesitation on the board this evening in voting aye. I will vote aye. We will have an executive session. Next, I'm sorry.
No, that completes my report. Thank you.
Next item is report of our corporation counsel, Michael Lord.
Thank you, Mayor, trustees. Good evening, everyone. Items A, B, C, D, E, and F were ordinances which were on the consent agenda at the beginning of this evening's meeting, and they were adopted at that time. Item G is a resolution on the agenda for first reading and approval tonight. This resolution will approve a plat of subdivision for the property located at 8517 Skokie Boulevard, which is in an R1 single-family district, for the purpose of consolidating two lots into one lot, as shown on the Marcos re-subdivision plat dated September 12, 2019. This subdivision meets all village requirements. Mayor, I would request board action on this resolution tonight.
Motion on item G of the Corporation Council's report is in order. Trustee Ulrich, seconded by Trustee Gray Keeler. Are there any comments or any questions? Being none, I'll call the roll, please.
Trustee Sutker?
Aye.
Trustee Ulrich?
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg?
Aye.
Trustee Klein?
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler?
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen?
Aye, the motion passes.
Is an ordinance on the agenda for first reading tonight. This is catching up with some previous board action regarding the purchase of tobacco products. This ordinance will amend Section 26-276D of the Skokie Village Code and bring it into compliance with the recently revised statutes of the state of Illinois. Currently, the village Skokie Village Code establishes the minimum age of 21 for the purchase of tobacco products, but still establishes the minimum age of 18 for the possession of tobacco products. This ordinance will establish the age for possession to 21 as well. Mayor, this ordinance will be on the November 4th, 2019 agenda for second reading and adoption at that time. If there are no questions, then that would conclude my report for this evening.
Thank you. Before you begin, I have a couple words I would like to say. This is Peter Pyre's last meeting before the Skokie Village Board. This last July, Peter celebrated his 40th anniversary with the Village of Skokie. He's been the director of our Department of Community Development and Housing for 20 years. A little hard to believe. One of the remarkable things, I was thinking a little bit about this the last couple days. I've been sitting here since 1984, goes back a couple of years. Peter's been appearing before the board for these many years. I cannot recall a single time Peter has made a mistake. Think about that. Think how many times have we had, like we do this evening, 5 planned commission cases. The reports have been errorless. That is a remarkable record. We're going to celebrate here at Village Hall another day or so, officially Peter's retirement with a little party. But I would like to make just a couple remarks before we get into the Plan Commission cases this evening. Peter may come off as one of the most mild-mannered people you've ever met. However, if you ever want to know what the village ordinances say, Peter is the person who has a remarkable institutional memory. I've tried on several occasions. I've walked over to his office and asked him a question, and he unfailingly not only knows what the ordinances say, but he knows why they say it and what the background was in getting there. And you want to talk about institutional memory. But what I think, and I hope does not go without notice by all of us, is that while Peter is an extraordinary planner and a credit to the Planning Commission, more than all that, he's also a premier problem solver. Michael and I were talking a little bit this afternoon. We try and make ordinances for 65,000 residents, innumerable businesses, and other organizations. Invariably, when somebody comes in and wants something done, they plead a special case. And not to say that they're not special, but we have to figure out a way for their project to conform with the ordinances. And it takes a very special talent to be able to do that so successfully over 40 years. It truly is remarkable that we are a modern urban municipality, and this transition has come about over the past 20 years, in large part and seamlessly because of Peter. And Peter, on behalf of the residents, the village board, and I know the Plan Commission the other evening celebrated your tenure. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much. It's really been a privilege and an honor to serve you for these 20 years as director and 40 as a employee. And I could just say that it's unbelievable to have served only 3 mayors in that time period, and boards that have been stable. And the quality of government here is unbelievable compared to other communities, and the results are shown in the types of developments and just the quality of life in Skokie. And every time I come and see the firefighters and police officers be sworn in, and you say, well, we hope to see you in the future. Well, I have seen them in the future. I've seen them start here. There's a couple of deputy chiefs. I think I see the chief when he was sworn in. I see department heads who started as interns who are now directors. And so it's really great to see that kind of promotion inside, and that support of staff. And starting here, I never would have dreamed that I would have been working on so many projects and so many wonderful things. And I know that when I leave, the staff here is a quality staff, and I don't have any concerns about you being in good hands, because you are. And as Citizen Pyre, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing a lot more projects that are going to be up here and wowing me and saying, gee, I wish I could have stayed another 20 or 40 years. But thank you.
Well, you're welcome to reverse your decision.
I think my wife would like to see me for a while. Thank you.
The first thing I'll be doing when we assemble in the early part is looking to see if Citizen Pyre is sitting in the audience. If he is, I know we're going to catch hell that evening. But Peter, thank you. And we're going to put you to work. Mr. Luke.
Okay. Well, before I begin, I just want to say it has been a privilege working with you, Peter, and members of the commission echo my remarks and my words tonight, and that we wish you a lot of luck in your retirement. Thank you. Okay, cases tonight. I have 5 cases that are related. Planning case 2019-33P, 2019-34P, 2019-35P, planning case 2019-36P, and planning case 2019-37P. And I'll try to summarize it. At the October 3rd meeting of the Plan Commission, we reviewed these 5 cases and approved regarding the construction of a Homewood Suites hotel. As these cases are all related to the same development, they are heard together, although separate votes must be taken on each case. And I'll give you a summary. I will start with the site plan approval, which is case 2019-36P. And this is a request on behalf of E&M Skokie LLC to construct a Homewood Suites hotel. The mixed-use building will contain ground floor retail, a hotel, conference center, and a rooftop sky bar at the northeast corner of Oakton and Niles Avenue. The proposed building is 8 stories high and we're 96 feet tall to the top of the roof. The ground floor will contain 11,924 square feet of retail and hotel common areas. The second floor will have additional hotel common areas, as well as 11,506 square feet of conference center and an active 6,900 square feet of terrace. The 3rd through 7th floors will contain hotel rooms, and the 8th floor will be additional hotel rooms, and also a 7,600 square foot sky bar and a 2,300 foot terrace. The hotel will have a total of 143 rooms. The covered hotel entrance and drop-off drive will be off Niles Avenue. The retail will face Oakton Street, and the entrance to the Sky Bar will be off a pedestrian walk along the east side of the building. There will be temporary conference center parking and loading on the north side of the building. The private road to the north side of the site and to the parking garage will be built immediately north to the site as part of the Illinois Science and Technology Master Plan that was previously approved in case 2006-2021P. Also, I'll continue on to the related cases. In the zoning map amendment case, which is case 2019-33P, a request to amend the zoning map to change the zoning district for the subject property from CX Core Mixed Use to B6 Downtown Science and Technology. The Village of Skokie is requesting to amend the zoning map to change the zoning district for the north 11.45 feet of the east-west alley north and adjacent to 4930 Oakton Street from CX Core Mixed Use to a B6 Downtown Science and Technology. The Village of Skokie desires to rezone the subject site, which presently contains a concrete paved public alley, to B6 in order to match the zoning of the Illinois Science and Technology Park to the north. The land within the vacated alley will be incorporated into the park and redeveloped into a private street, Oakton Terrace, which will serve both the Illinois Science and Technology Park as well as the proposed Homewood Suites development to the south of the property currently addressed as 4930 Oakton. In case 2019-34P, alley vacation north and adjacent to 4930 Oakton Street. A request to vacate the existing east-west alley north of 4330 Oakton Street to incorporate the south 4.5 feet to the west and 41 feet of vacant alley with part of the property to the south at 4930 Oakton Street in order to construct an 8-story mixed-use building with a hotel and ground story level retail. The remainder of the south 4.5 feet of the alley will be conveyed to a second lot to the east, which will be redeveloped at a later date. In case 2019-35P, the subdivision, a request to re-subdivide 3 lots into 2 lots in the CX Core Mixed-Use Zoning District. Lot 1 will contain the 8-story mixed-use building with a hotel and ground floor retail. Lot 2 will be reserved for future development. In case 2019-37P, this is a special use permit at 8009 Niles Avenue. Request for a special use permit for a 143-room hotel in the C Core Mixed Use Zoning District, plus relief from Chapter 82-27 to allow a wall sign above a second-floor window sill. In Chapter 82-27D to allow a 126-square-foot ground sign located 0 feet from the interior of the lot line. In Chapter 82-27E to allow an 84-square-foot internally illuminated blade sign above the second-floor windowsill and any relief that may be discovered during the process. Discussion and interested parties. In all the 5 cases, since all the 5 cases were related, there was a combined discussion, but each case was voted on separately by the commission. Discussion from the commissioners about this case focused on clarifications about the development of Oakton Terrace along the northern edge of the site. Their concerns were addressed by petitioner and by Gewalt Hamilton Associates, who had been retained by the village to design the private road and improvements. 2 interested parties spoke. Both represented downtown businesses. One had questions about the utility relocations and construction of Oakton Terrace. The other party wanted to confirm that the proposal will not result in the loss of downtown parking, which it will not, and asked about potential ground floor uses. The Appearance Commission approved the elevations at their August 14th meeting. In all 5 cases, the Plan Commission recommends approval on a vote of 8 ayes and 1 member absent.
Thank you. Because we have 5 cases all interrelated to a single project, why don't we take comments and questions and then we'll vote on them in order as it's presented on the agenda A through E. So are there any comments or any questions? Yes, of course.
Peter, we're going to be sad to see you go. Is that the actual facade then that they're going to be, because it's very, very beautiful. I have a question about the alley. So my understanding is that the alley, Oakton Terrace, is going to be vacated and turned into a street. Is that the entire length of the block? Is that?
Yeah, I've got an illustration here. John asked for it. And, flip this over. So north is on top. So the village alley is here, and a new street, Oakton Terrace, is just to the north, but it takes in a portion of the village alley. And then on the south portion here, which was like 5 feet, that goes to the properties to the south, and that'll help with the development site, and there'll be parking along here for pickup and drop-off. The Oakton Terrace and also Lamont Avenue here, these are private streets. This will be owned by the Research Park, and this will be divided between the 2 adjacent properties here. And there'll be a new sewer. There is a sewer in here. There'll be all the utilities will be in here, and there'll also be a new water main in Oakton Terrace.
Okay. Thank you.
The first item then is Plan Commission Case 2019-33P, zoning map amendment, 8031 Niles Avenue, and 8030 Lamont. Motion is in order. Trustee Ulrich, seconded by Trustee Sutker. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Sutker?
Aye.
Trustee Ulrich?
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg?
Aye.
Trustee Klein?
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler?
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen?
Aye, the motion passes. Item B is Plan Commission Case 2019-34P, alley vacation north of and adjacent to 4930 Oakton Street. Motion, Trustee Klein, seconded by Trustee Gray Keeler. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Sutker?
Aye.
Trustee Ulrich?
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg?
Aye.
Trustee Klein?
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler?
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen?
Aye, motion passes. Item C is Plan Commission Case 2019-35P, subdivision of 4900 to 4906 and 4930 Oakton. Trustee Sutker, seconded by Trustee Ulrich. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Sutker?
Aye.
Trustee Ulrich?
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg?
Aye.
Trustee Klein?
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler?
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen?
Aye. Item D is Plan Commission Case 2019-36P, site plan approval, plan development on the northeast corner of Oakton and Niles Avenue. A motion is in order. Trustee Gray Keeler, seconded by Trustee Bromberg. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Sutker?
Aye.
Trustee Ulrich?
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg?
Aye.
Trustee Klein?
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler?
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen?
Aye, motion passes. And we conclude with item E, Plan Commission Case 2019-37P, Special Use Permit 8909 Niles Avenue. Trustee Ulrich, seconded by Trustee Sutker. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Sutker?
Aye.
Trustee Ulrich?
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg?
Aye.
Trustee Klein?
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler?
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen?
Aye, the motion passes.
That concludes my report.
Thank
And
you
again,
very much.
Peter, thank you very much.
Peter? The concluding item of the public meeting this evening is citizen comments. Is there anybody who wishes to address the village board? If not, Trustee Bromberg,
Motion to adjourn to executive session.
we are adjourned.